Hey guys, Dr. J here. In the previous episode, we found the rest of the little sisters in Dionysus Park and learned that Stanley Pooh was a spy sent by Sinclair. His purpose was to find enough evidence against Lamb that Ryan could send her to prison. We also learned it was him that sent Eleanor to the orphanage because she found out who he really was. Additionally, he told us that before becoming a Big Daddy, we were a deep-sea diver who was exploring the ocean. It was by accident that we happened upon Rapture. However, Ryan had become suspicious of us and transformed us into a Big Daddy. Before going back to report to Stanley Pooh we've successfully completed his request, Lamb contacted us and told us it was Stanley who told Ryan about us. At this point we could have killed him, but in the end decided to spare him. Again, because of the achievement. He most certainly deserved to die. After we had the lockdown of the Dionysus Park train station lifted, we could finally continue to Fontaine Futuristics. We finally arrived at Fontaine Futuristics. Sure was long time coming. Meltzer was talking about Gio Alexander being the ferryman, so I'm betting on him being the main resident of this level.
This is it, Chief. End of the line. If I'm right, Eleanor's mama's using Adam to force all Rapture's minds and memories into the poor girl. Lamb reckons it'll make that child a saint. Now, Eleanor's in a deep, dark place beneath Fontaine headquarters, and to keep you alive, we need to sneak in and find her.
Oh, it's truly touching how Sinclair cares about our well-being. And this is the first audio diary of the level.
This facility belongs to the city now, to Ryan Industries, at least until the rioting subsides. While it is unfortunate that such measures had to be taken, I must admit, it is gratifying to see this building condemned. Fontaine is gone, Lamb is gone, close enough. I am alone with my city.
Ryan actually sounds like he's genuinely happy he's alone. Okay, let's see what awaits us in Fontaine Futuristics. Another message from Eleanor, as well as a new tonic. Let's see what it is. The damage research tonic works the same way as in Bioshock 1. It simply increases the bonus damage we get from researching Splicers. This is very much a staple in any build.
October 9th, 1967. Hello. My name is Gilbert Alexander, and by the time you hear this, I will be clinically insane. I am recording these diaries in advance as a last-ditch effort to assist anyone I might threaten in dealing with me. My next message awaits you beyond the security checkpoint. The bioscan will ensure that you're sane enough to need it.
Gil Alexander. As I recall, he was involved in Big Daddy development from the beginning. Likely had something to do with you and Eleanor, son.
Well, obviously things didn't go all that well between Alexander and Lamb. Whatever happened to him, happened slowly though. It was probably terrifying knowing you're turning into something that must be dealt with. There's another Adam slug here. The atom they contain is insignificant at this point of the game, but might as well collect all of them. Okay, we've reached another airlock. This is probably the entrance to the main building. You're fired? Like, literally or figuratively? You can never be sure in Rapture. There's just some ammo and auto-hack dart we can't pick up anyways. Judging by this dude, I guess it was both in this case. Great, we have some Houdini Splicers here as well. I was mildly worried if we'd get to max out the research track. Nice, we only need one more level to max out their research. So it's only the Big Daddies, Big Sisters and Bruce Splicer that are left now. The natural camouflage tonic also works the same way as in Bioshock 1. It makes us invisible whenever we stand still for a couple of seconds. And same as in Bioshock 1, it's pretty much useless. And yet, I'm still going to use it. Right, so I think we've cleared this hall.
Alex the Great? Oh, hell, that has to be Gil Alexander, same man who left that message we're following. He sounds mad as a March hare now.
Yeah, well, if you're calling yourself the Great, you're either 5 years old or in a padded cell. And to be fair, he did warn us he would become clinically insane. Okay, I think it's about time we check the rest of the ground floor of this entrance hall. Nothing interesting over here. Let's check the other side. It's just this hell station, I guess. Okay, time to go upstairs. And it seems like hacking has become significantly more difficult. But I'd hate to waste a tonic slot just for hacking tonics. So I guess I'll just have to be a little bit more careful when hacking. Let's see what's on the second floor. There's some heavy rivets by the window. And nothing much else. So far it's pretty disappointing. Let's check the other side. Just some anti-personnel rounds for now. Well, this was even worse. Okay, I guess we have no other choice but to go through the main entrance now. Security bioscan? This doesn't look good. Well, obviously it's an error, seeing as how we are very much alive. Here comes Alex the Great again. This is a very dramatic entrance. So I gather there are other Alpha Series protectors still alive. I guess this means we've got more research subjects. Well, that was disappointing. Since they're not immune to headshots, they really don't pose a threat to us. I guess their only strong point is their mobility. Is this going to turn into an office battle royale? The only employer left alive gets the job?
Hello again. I have been exposed to a massive dose of substance Adam. By the time you hear this, I will have armed this facility's defenses en masse. You, my friend, must therefore penetrate them and kill me. Please believe that if I could have done it myself... and on that cheery note, you may use the diary lying near this screen to bypass the vocal print locks ahead and enter the security office. The password is Agnes Day.
I'm not quite sure why he didn't just kill himself. Seems like he still had some freedom of movement to be able to set all of these things to help us. Anyways, let's just go deeper into this facility and see if we can find whatever is left of him. This is probably where we need to use the passcode diary.
Please see password to enter.
Agnes Day.
Access granted. Welcome, Gil.
I heard that. My likeness is company property, Delta, just like you are. Don't make me strip you for parts, Millardo!
You're welcome to try, Alex the Great. Here's another voice-activated lock. And there doesn't seem to be anything else here.
Please see password to enter.
I warned you.
You have gotta be kidding me.
Access denied. Please speak clearly. Automatic.
Oh, he's jamming the voice print lock with that awful crooning. See if you can find some way to sabotage his control of building security.
How about just blowing up this floating TV? Probably wouldn't help though, he just sent another one. I'm not quite sure what the Splicers are doing here. Are they working for Alex the Great? There's another audio diary on the sofa.
Prison, it seems, was a blessing. Ryan is now dead by his own son's hand. But far more interesting is the program of compulsion bred into his child, coded WYK. It was some manner of verbal trigger phrase, which the boy would obey as an order, unerringly. In a way, this sad thing, this half-man, had escaped the self. Highly intelligent, but devoid of so-called free will, with all its convenient blind spots. What if he had been instructed to uphold the common good? What if he were a volunteer?
If she knew about Would You Kindly, I wonder why she didn't use it. Actually, can it even be used on adults? Anyway, let's buy all the available tonic slots, as well as all the health and thief upgrades. It's also a good opportunity to get the Master Decoy Plasmid. Not only is it quite useful, but we'll also unlock another achievement that way.
Even the odds with a harder working decoy. Watch as it reflects damage back on distracted foes.
And we'll now buy the level 3 version.
Get the most out of your investment. Damage by the decoy is returned to you as health.
In order to unlock this achievement, we only needed one level 3 plasmid. The other plasmid related achievement is for obtaining all available plasmids, regardless of their level. I'm still not doing great at completing these higher difficulty hacks, but at least this time I didn't sound an alarm. Okay, so in this level the Big Daddies are going to be the Rumbler type. Let's try out our new version of the decoy. The level 3 version of the decoy isn't much of an improvement as far as aggro goes. Yes, it will reflect damage, which will build aggro, but we'll be way out damaging it anyway, so we'll still pull the aggro. Not that it matters against the Rumblers. Using the decoy is not the way to do it anyway. If I hadn't used the decoy at the beginning of the fight, we'd have just enough Eve to be able to finish it without having to use an Eve hypo. Now that we have our little sister, it's time to start exploring Fontaine Futuristics. I won't be specifically searching for bodies to gather Adam from, since we're bound to find them, like we just saw. I apologize for the jump cut, it looks like a bit of the footage got corrupted. We didn't miss all that much, we just had a harvesting session, and after that we managed to find and destroy one of the 4 emitters Alex the Great is using to control his floating TVs.
How long before you botch the job?
I see a tonic in that flooded room, but how do we get there? The button doesn't seem to be doing anything. Well, I'm sure we'll find a way eventually. Let's go back to that ammo vendor. There are some heavy rivets we can pick up. And I think it's about time we do our traditional delve into the toilets. Okay, there's a health station we can hack. I think I'm getting the hang of the more difficult hacking. It really is just about timing and muscle memory. Now let's check the men's toilet. Another health station here, and another splicer playing dead. Yeah, I definitely feel more confident when hacking now. Looks like we're done with the toilets. Let's go back to the central hall. What's that thing shining in the water? Nah, it's just some mini turret ammo. Well, I guess we're done with this floor. Let's go upstairs. There's an audio diary by that vent.
This is Eleanor Lamb speaking. It's been many years since my last diary. Mother found a way to rehabilitate me psychologically, but she can't remove this thing inside my body. I look in the mirror, and I see a freak. I remember very little. Just an artificial sense of peace and a compulsive hunger for Adam. Dr. Alexander is trying to help me adjust. He's responsible for part of my condition, but he wants to make amends.
I designed that device, Delta. You fumble at it like an amorous baboon!
It's heart-wrenching seeing how Eleanor has changed from that sweet little girl. Now, although the level 3 version of the decoy plasmid is definitely an improvement, it does have some drawbacks, as you just saw. If we use it to distract the turret while hacking it, it will still continue attacking the decoy even after we hack it, which will likely cause it to self-destruct, since the decoy will still reflect the damage. The only way to avoid that is to recast the decoy somewhere the turret can't see. Okay, we're ready to start the second harvesting session for our little sister. I'll just stand in this corner where I have clear view of the entire floor. The security bot is going to be a great help in sniffing out splicers. As would the insect swarm, to be honest, but that one would come at a cost of Eve. It would be a very useful tool if we were going the drill specialist build though. I am a bit surprised we are getting attacked by an alpha series so early. I guess they've taken over from the brute splicers. They are quite a bit easier to kill than a brute splicer though. We're halfway done. It kinda feels like the gathering speed has slowed down compared to the previous level. The Houdini splicers have also started spawning quite a bit more often than before. Just a little bit more harvesting left. I think the splicers have stopped spawning though. Okay, we are done. Let's pick up our little sister and send her through the vents. There's no reason to delay. There was a vent just to the right of us, where we found the audio diary. We're really swimming in Adam already. That being said, we don't really have anything to spend it on. Anyway, let's continue exploring this floor. Where do we start with though? There's a sign over that door that says Office of Frank Fontaine. That should be interesting. Alex the Great sure seems to be obsessed with firing people. Ah, we have some newly spawned splicers. Well, I guess I like firing people as well. Since we're here anyways, let's search Frank Fontaine's old office. It looks like this alpha series has been waiting for us. I just can't get used to how quickly they die. It almost seems wrong. I mean, they are endgame enemies after all. Anyways, Fontaine's office looks very similar to his apartment. What's with his fascination of hunting trophies? Whoa, quite a few saves here, and of course an audio diary as well.
Every time Ryan turns up the heat, I know I'm a little bit closer to beating him at his own game. But now the game's changing. Ryan's boys are coming in heavy, looking to knock down my door and take what's mine. Like this is the first time I had to dodge a bullet. They're coming to my house, expecting a show, but they're gonna get a disappearing act. Say goodbye to Fontaine, and hello to Atlas.
Fontaine family portrait. Didn't he say he wanted to try the family angle? As in, he hasn't tried it before.
Each new tyrant ventured here in search of Conquest Delta. Fontaine, Ryan, and now you. But every aspiring Caesar must learn to fear the knives of his fellows. Ask yourself, what does Sinclair stand to gain in guiding you here?
Oh no, I'm fully expecting he'll betray us sooner or later. Though, can you really call it a betrayal if you know it will happen? There are 2 more emitters left. I'm betting one of them is somewhere around here. The water is electrified, so we need to somehow stop the electricity. Maybe by hacking this panel over there? Yep, that seems to have done the trick. The 3rd emitter is obviously in this room. I can hear it very clearly.
Anyone in the plasmid business ultimately requires the use of human test subjects. It's our dirty little secret. And to be frank, Rapture doesn't really want to know, provided the end product is sound. The volunteers were scarce, even as the economy buckled. A man named Sinclair approached us with seemingly business plan. He rented them to us, bound and sedated. No questions asked.
That little infraction just earned you another slap on the nose, boy!
I'm not surprised Sinclair's involved again, but where did he get those volunteers from? Anyways, we got the 3rd emitter destroyed, so there's just 1 more left. Also, I find it a bit naive of Alex the Great, thinking a few Splicers will be able to stop us. He should have at least sent a few Alpha series. Is there anything else interesting in this room? Apparently not. Okay, let's get out of here and check the rest of the floor.
Surprise, Delta!
That was actually quite clever. He sent a few Splicers to buy some time to set up a rocket turret. Too bad he forgot we had the decoy plasmid. I almost missed checking what's behind this door. This is one very peculiar tonic. What? What is going on here? Can we pick it up now? And it's gone again. Where did it go? It doesn't look like it's in this room anymore. Oh, there's a safe here as well. Quite a lot of ammo, but we don't really need any of it right now. This tonic is teleporting like a Houdini splicer. Just imagine if we could actually use teleportation. That would be so broken. But I am getting the feeling we'll be doing this cat and mouse game for a while. Yep, here we go again. Well, since we have no idea where it went to now, let's just go find that last emitter. Hopefully we'll stumble upon it eventually. We haven't entered this hole yet, have we? Is there going to be anything interesting inside? Well, it certainly looks promising.
The tyrant looks upon the world, saying, all of this is mine, and by force or guile, he makes it so. To the tyrant, the whole of creation is held in the relative. Sun and moon revolve for him alone. For the tyrant, even justice is whimsy. He alone is fit to weigh, to measure, and to count.
You are describing yourself pretty accurately there, Lamb. Okay, so that's how we pick up this tonic.
This calls everything into question. Even as I recall this, I can scarcely believe. Psychiatry has been my continual study to chart consciousness in all its strata. But intelligence does not require introspection. The son of Ryan was more effective than all his self-aware rivals. He lived without questions. I could end the self and save the world.
Well, to be fair, Jack was successful mostly because he was created for this specific task. Having a self, he had nothing to do with it. In fact, it was because he was free of the brainwashing that he was able to save the Little Sisters. Right, so we still haven't found that last emitter. Should we go back to the upper floor? Wait, is that the teleportation plasmid? Hopefully now we can pick it up. Damn, it teleported again. Since we're here anyways, let's check the Gatherer's Garden for anything useful. I guess Eve Saber 2 is the only one worth buying right now. We replaced the camouflage plasmid with it. Okay, now let's go back upstairs. There's a few newly spawned Splicers here, hence the teleportation plasmid appeared again. Let's try picking it up again. Something different is happening this time. Is it possessed or something? It teleported again, but this time it took us with it. That dude sure was startled. Okay, this looks like a code for a door. We are probably too late to help though. Well, now it's just playing around. We are lucky we're wearing a diving suit. And we finally arrived at question mark. This kind of reminds me of Half-Life. Seriously? All of that for a useless tonic? Well, it was obvious they would never give us the teleportation ability, but still. Well, this is it for today's episode. Thank you for spending your time with me, and if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Take care, and until next time.